This is Absolut Drinks with Rico, and I'm Rico, and yes, I still have my partner in crime here, Hedda Bruce. And you know what we're gonna do today, Hedda?
Please tell me.
We're gonna be making one of the most popular drinks in the world. It's a brunch time classic. Do you like brunch?
I do.
Brunch is what really started the Absolut flavors range when we launched Absolut Pepper in '86. So what we're gonna be doing is showing you how to make the Absolut Bloody Mary. We're also gonna show you how to make a long Bloody Mary. And then we're gonna try and make some twists on the classic and give you guys 2 brand new drinks. But this is the Absolut Bloody Mary. It's such a specific drink to the specific person that's drinking that however you make your Bloody Mary, you're correct. Because if you like it, it's fine. One thing though, guys, I'm not a massive fan of tomato juice.
But I am.
She's gonna be doing all the tasting today. Yes. Great drink, but just not a fan of tomato juice. So Hedda, are you gonna show me how to make an Absolut Bloody Mary?
That's correct.
Show me what we're doing then.
Yeah. Oh, but first...
Where did these come from?
We got some questions.
Questions from YouTube. Let's see what we got.
All right, first one. What should be on a Bloody Mary bar?
Oh, so a Bloody Mary bar is basically like a brunch setup or a hotel setup where you can just make your own Bloody Mary. And what you need is, I would say, anything savory.
Yeah. And anything that you like, just put it in.
The original Bloody Mary calls for Worcester sauce, hot sauce. Change out the hot sauce to a Mexican sauce. Maybe you want something like steak sauce, brown sauce in the UK.
Change different spices, take out the pepper, add some other spices to it.
Soy sauce, mushroom soy sauce.
Different salts.
Black pepper, white pepper, Szechuan pepper, tomato juice, green tomato juice, yellow tomato juice. But like anything that's in the kitchen will work in a Bloody Mary. Just go crazy. There's no wrong answers to a Bloody Mary. Next question. I like this, it's cute.
Oh, hearts.
We've got a little love heart. Can you pre-mix a Bloody Mary?
Yes, you can.
You actually pre-mix yours at work, right?
Yeah, so that will make it more consistent in flavor. I would say pre-mix your spices, because then you can save it for a longer time. And then you can just add the vodka and your tomato juice to the spices.
Smart. Okay, we got any more questions?
Yes.
This is a big envelope.
Very big. Is it okay to drink Bloody Mary at night? I would say drink it whenever you like.
But I'm gonna say not in the club.
Why?
Because when you're in the club, you don't want like tomato spicy breath. No.
I never had a Bloody Mary at a club.
I've made Bloody Marys in the club, and I just think, why? You're in a club. It's insane. Going to the club, yeah, what do you want? Soup? No. I'll take the
Some
champagne.
people are hungry. Maybe they're like, okay, I'm gonna go for a Bloody Mary.
Do you know where you want to go when you're hungry? Not the club. Like, you're crazy.
But if you can get both of it.
If you're eating at a club, stop it.
Very smart.
Stop it. Stop eating at the club.
The Absolut Bloody Mary. Spicy, cold.
Oof.
We're gonna show you 2 different ways of making Absolut Bloody Mary. Start with your shaker, small
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna use my stirring glass. Let's start with 4 dashes of hot sauce. And we're gonna add some horseradish to the drink. So I'm gonna start peeling this one.
Okay. And I'm actually gonna use some horseradish paste. All this is some fresh horseradish, a little bit water, some salt, and some cider vinegar. Blended this up in the blender. And this just makes it a little bit more easier than having to do what Hedda's doing. And I'm gonna add 30 mils.
I'm gonna add a pinch of horseradish in here. If you don't have a horseradish, use wasabi or whatever you can find. And we're gonna add some Worcestershire sauce.
What is it called?
Worcestershire sauce.
What is it called?
WORSTSHISAUCE.
Nice. I'm gonna have a go at that as well. So that's AST. But what you really want to put in is 10 mils of Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcester. Just say Worcester.
Worcester.
Worcester sauce. Worcestershire is a little place in the UK, and sorry, America, it's not Worcestershire. It's Worcestershire.
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 Worcester.
Worcester.
Shire.
Worcestershire.
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 So we're gonna put 10 mils of Worcestershire sauce in.
Thank you.
What's this you putting in now?
Worcestershire sauce.
Brown sauce.
Perfect. And we're gonna add some lemon juice to this one. We're gonna add 10 mils. Some tomato juice are very like sweet and like very thick. So just balance it out.
And open it up.
Exactly.
What's next, Miss Bruce?
I'm gonna add some tomato juice,
Okay.
120 mils.
Tomato juice. So what's next?
The most important thing, Absolut Original.
So we're gonna put 45 of Absolut Original.
Or you can use Absolut Pepper. Right, can I ice you up?
You can. Am I shaking this?
No, you're gonna roll this one.
I'm gonna roll this one, guys. Nice. Okay.
Are you happy?
I'm very happy. All we really want to do is chill this drink. We don't really want to dilute it. So rolling, the act of passing it from a shaker to shaker, it just gives that little bit more control and a slower dilution rate.
Yeah. Show me your skills.
Just a basic roll, we're not going to go crazy.
If you don't have a bar spoon, you can use basically any other spoon that you have at home.
Knife, rolling pin.
Your finger.
Don't take bad habits from her, guys. Sorry.
All right, so we need 2 glasses.
2 glasses, highballs. Could you ice me up as well?
Yes.
We're gonna ice these up to the top to make sure our drink stays deliciously cold. Let's do this. Looking good.
I think we need to add some garnish to it.
What we're gonna garnish it with?
Celery, maybe?
Let's split them.
And we want to cut the celery so they look nice for the drink. If you don't like celery, you can use anything you like. Cucumber, lemon.
A grilled cheese sandwich. You can literally garnish anything that goes with tomato. But to keep it classy and to keep it smooth, always stick with a celery stick. And that, guys, is the Absolut Bloody Mary.
Can
Well
we try
done.
them?
Please do.
All right. Very good.
Is there a difference between the fresh horseradish and the horseradish paste?
Not really. I would say it's the same like flavors in the end.
There we go. And don't forget, whatever you do to make your Bloody Mary, you're correct. So if you're thinking about writing in the comments, can I use English mustard? Yeah, you can. Can I use sweet chili sauce? Yes, you can. Keep those flavors and ingredients kind of savory, and you can do anything with your Bloody Mary.
It's that simple.
Should we go to the next kitchen?
Can't wait.
Let's go to the next kitchen. I'm gonna show you a really quick, simple version that we just call the Long Bloody. This isn't gonna be a spicy one, it's not gonna be a spicy, and we've got a hell of a lot less ingredients in here. But this is just one for building on the fly, when you don't have time, if you just want something really easy to make.
Show me.
Okay, I'm gonna build mine directly into the glass.
All right.
But just for the guys at home, I want you to show them the stirring technique as well.
Perfect.
Just because all we wanna do is chill this down a little bit. So we're gonna start with the cheapest ingredient first, and this time that is lemon juice. Beautiful. I'm just gonna use this classic old style citrus juicer. I'm just gonna juice away, and we just wanna pour 10 ml, making mess everywhere there. And I'm gonna throw mine directly into the glass. Now we're gonna throw some seasoning in. We're gonna add a bit of pepper,
Yeah.
cracked black. I'm going straight in. What comes after pepper?
Salt.
Let's do
Always.
it. We're gonna put a pinch of salt in, but again, just like the black pepper, it's salt in and pepper in to your taste.
All right.
Next up, we're gonna put the main body of the drink in, which is some good old tomato juice. Roughly around 140 mils in. There we go.
Thank you.
Last but not least, the big time, big show, Absolut Original Vodka. Again, this can also be made with Absolut Pepper. And we're gonna want 45, because that is the magic number of Absolut. Straight into the glass. Next up, all we're gonna do is ice.
All right, so I'm gonna fill my stirring glass up with ice. Give it a little stir to make it cold.
And again, why are we stirring and not shaking?
It gives it another texture if you shake versus stirring. So we basically just want to make this drink a little bit colder.
So Hedda's going straight into the glass. And there, straight away, you can just tell that even though we've measured it out, just with that little bit of stirring, we've got that small amount of dilution. And that happened in that speed. So next up, we're just gonna ice both of these up. Looking good. I'm gonna take a spoon right now, and I just wanna make sure everything's mixed up and combined together. So I'm just gonna give it a little stir. Make sure that's good to go.
Do we need to add something else?
This is almost done. All we need to do is add a little garnish. I'm gonna go with the zester. This is just the classic vegetable Y peeler. You can get this at most supermarkets or home stores. Peel this off right over the drink, just because we know those oils are gonna come out. And then we're gonna go right in, get all those oils everywhere. Just slot it in.
I'm gonna garnish mine with half a wheel.
Nice. Do whatever you like. Please, Hedda, tell me what you think of both of these.
I'm gonna try the other one too.
Ooh.
So this Bloody Mary compared to Absolut Bloody Mary is less spicy, so it's more flavors of tomato juice in this one. And this one is the one I made. It's a little bit colder than yours. I stir my drink and Rico built this one. So this one is a little bit thicker in consistency than mine is. Mine is a little bit more colder in texture and a little bit lighter.
No one's wrong, everybody's right when it comes to the Bloody Mary. So guys, we would really love to see your creations, your flips, your twists, and we want you to post them online. Stick them onto your social media. Don't forget to tag them.
Absolut Vodka.
And hashtag
Absolut Drinks.
And maybe we get to see your drink up on absolutdrinks.com.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
You know what happens next, don't you? No. We've got to make our own drinks. You ready to magic out of here?
I'm ready for the magic.
Okay. 1, 2, let's go. It's that time again, Bruce.
Yes.
We've got to try and flip some drink out, make some drink with what we found in the back of the kitchen. Let's get into it. Hedda?
Should I start?
I would love for you to start.
All right.
We've got a tomato tumbler.
It's perfectly spicy, balanced very well together with the fresh tomato juice and lemon juice. It's a little bit more lighter in style. A simple recipe, but we're gonna focus on one of the most important ingredients in this drink, and that's the tomatoes. So we're gonna centrifuge and use fresh tomato juice.
So this is going to be more like gazpacho as opposed to passata.
Yeah.
I like this. Get into it.
So we're gonna start with 10 mils of
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire sauce. 4 dashes of hot sauce, your preference on what you can find in the store. Pinch of salt. And we're gonna add some pepper to this one. And like we said before, this is your preference on how much spiciness you want to your Bloody Mary. I'm gonna add a little bit extra. So we want to add some lemon juice to freshen up this one a little bit. So we're gonna add 10 mils of lemon juice. So let's centrifuge all the tomatoes.
Let's start juicing.
So the leftovers that you have in the machine you can use for cooking or whatever. And we want to strain the tomato juice because we don't want like the pulps of the tomatoes. And why we're doing like this is to help all the tomato juice coming through.
You can see how it's almost clarified on all the colors up here and the juice and water down here.
Now we're gonna add about 120 mils of tomato juice. And to the most important ingredient, Absolut Original, 45 mils.
The magic number.
I don't want to serve my Bloody Mary on ice because I like the thicker texture it gets. So I'm just gonna stir it to make it a little bit colder.
So you're gonna serve this straight up?
Straight up.
Nice.
In a rocks glass highball-ish, a fancy glass.
We're gonna call it a tiny tumbler.
Tiny tumbler.
Tiny tumbler. Tiny tumbler.
Right.
Tiny tumbler.
Gonna make this one beautiful with some garnish. And this is your preference on what you like to have in your Bloody Mary. I like celery. I also like cucumber.
Nice.
I'm gonna make a thin little slice here. And also an olive because it looks beautiful. So I'm gonna stick all these garnishes on a tiny little stick that I found. Use whatever you can find or just put all your garnish in the drink.
That looks great.
Yeah, and like that.
Look at that little baby. We got a
Sounds
tomato
good.
tumbler. I'm enjoying this.
I'm gonna try this one.
So cute with your 2 hands. I wish I really enjoyed the tomato juice just because that does look fantastic. I think now I might make a drink that I might actually like put in my mouth today.
Wow,
We're stepping things up.
I'm excited.
Bloody Seoul. The gochujang works perfectly in here. That little bit of soy sauce,
Yeah.
it's giving that Korean type of flavor. I'm gonna try and make something totally off the wall and not really like a Bloody Mary, but still the same type of thing, because you know I do not like tomato juice. I've been rolling all episodes, so I'm gonna roll some more. With my shaker, I'm gonna take my small little shaker. Cheapest ingredients first. I wanna have a little bit of lemon juice.
Sure.
That's gonna be the one thing that keeps us together. So first, I'm gonna freshly squeeze that, and I'm gonna put some quite intense flavors in here. So I'm gonna go with 15 ml, just in case. That extra 5 ml may help cut through everything that I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna add any salt to my Bloody Mary. I know it's a little bit crazy, but I'm actually gonna add some mushroom soy sauce, roughly around 10 ml. We may need some more, we may need some less, but we'll figure that out as we go along. Already smelling good. Could you pass me the black pepper?
Of course.
I still want that black pepper crunch. I love black pepper, so I still want that in there. I like a lot. And next up, I'm gonna put my spices in there. Take a little bit of ground cumin, and there's a reason I'm gonna use cumin, but we'll get onto that in a little bit, but just gonna put a little pinch in for now, and then we'll see how that fares. Next up, one of the best spices you can get, which is called gochujang. Gochujang, it's Korean chili paste. Red chilies, fermented with glutinous rice. It's the base of most Korean food. So we're gonna start with just one big splodge. Now, we're gonna put two because I love it so much. I'm gonna take another spoon. Just wanna blend everything together. Because this, as you can see, it's a really thick sauce, so we need to really like loosen it up so that these flavors are gonna like transcend throughout the whole drink. Wanna just really stir it up, just to make sure that everything's together. Oh, this smells fantastic. Oh, that's good.
Okay, what's next?
Next, I'm gonna put the hero of the drink in. Absolut Vodka, best vodka in the world. You know what the magic number is.
45.
We're gonna go 45. Straight in there. As I've already said, I hate tomato juice. We're gonna juice some carrots, and I'm gonna use carrot juice instead. What we're gonna do, because we're using the centrifuge juicer, we don't actually really need to peel the carrots, because what happens in here is it will actually separate the juice from all the solids. But I am gonna cut the top of the carrot off, just because we don't want that in the juice. So just real nice, take the top off. Let's go to the juicer. All that orange goodness. So we're gonna take our glass. This is what we're gonna be building our drink into. We've already got a beautiful spice mix going on in here, and we've got the vodka in here. So before we get going, I'm gonna add some carrot juice directly into here. We're gonna go for 1, that's 50, that's 100, that's 150 ml of carrot juice. And then we're gonna ice up. Great. And then we're gonna simply roll this drink. Now, I wanna give this a little taste beforehand. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt, just because I wanna intensify the flavors a little bit. Intensify, it's like intense while flying. I just wanna intensify the flavors a little bit. It's perfectly spicy. Next up, we're gonna ice up. Ooh. We're gonna take our Hawthorne. I'm gonna pour straight in.
That looks good.
Oh yeah. And last but not least, I'm gonna garnish with a chili. Why? Because I can. It's that simple. Right down the middle, so we get a nice chili cutaway. And I'm just gonna pop that right on the side. Actually, if you want this to be a little bit spicier, you can just dip the chili in, because those juices will start to get in. Plus, you've got those chili seeds right there. And we all know, take the seeds out unless you like spice. So I don't know what I'm gonna call this yet, but I'm gonna have a taste. That's goddamn delicious.
Can I try it?
Please do. Were you expecting that, Miss Bruce?
No. Replacing the tomato juice with carrot juice works very well.
Yep.
So, very good tip if you don't like tomatoes.
Also that, it's a little bit spicy.
It is.
I think that's what I'm gonna call it. A bloody soul.
Bloody soul.
Bloody soul. Shout outs to Korea and Korean food, specifically Korean fried chicken. This is going to be perfect with a little Korean fried chicken and a bloody soul. This is a great drink. I'm really impressed with myself.
Me too.
Nice.
Good job, Rico.
Thank you, sir. But Hedda Bruce, thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Showing us a fantastic twist on a Bloody Mary and how to make the original Bloody Mary. So I think what you can clearly see here as well is taking those ideas of the original Bloody Mary and running any direction you want to go can create great drinks that are completely different but still have that core DNA of being a Bloody Mary in. Nobody makes a bad Bloody Mary.
No.
We broke all the rules, just kept the DNA correct. We want to see yours, your cocktails and your drinks and all your experimentations and creations.
Exactly. So like and subscribe down here below.
Nice. Let's get out of here. It's time to go to bed and I'm tired. Peace, Bruce. Blah, 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 blah.